Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today is Saturday, June 20th. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. This video is going to be coming out tomorrow, Sunday, the 21st. So definitely want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. And wishing you guys obviously the best in this upcoming trading week. Had a really nice week of trading this past week. As I mentioned a few times on stream, I believe that we saw definitely some lesser amount of kind of headline spikes. We saw a few. There was definitely a few in the markets, but I've actually started to see, especially with the new contract rollover, volume kind of playing out a little bit more normal. Good reactions to unbalanced volume areas, and definitely market for me starts to get a little bit clearer too, especially when you don't have the constant threat of a 150 point candle just pretty much coming out at any single point in the day. It's tough to trade. It's extremely tough to trade. You can have the direction right. You can have all of the volume analysis done, price action analysis done. You can have a nice ABT setup that you've got that you've been eyeing out, and it just takes a headline really coming from almost any direction at this point. We were starting to see just insane amounts of movement. So that was kind of tamed down last week. I saw ATR kind of normalize a little bit last week as well, which I think is also a decent thing. I'd obviously still like to see ATR, sitting in that 40 to 50 point range. It seems to be a really healthy ATR for the market, especially on the NQ. And that's what we saw. So today we've got a special weekly band and tradable level video, because now these are the new bands and the new levels for the new contract rollover. So I just want to make sure that you guys have now kind of gone back, erased out your bands. We're going to be refilling them in with new bands and new levels right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so let's just start. This is probably going to be a pretty quick video because, again, I've got all the bands and all of the tradable levels drawn out already. Typically, I kind of go over how they reacted from last Sunday. But as all of our bands are brand new, all of our tradable levels are new based on the new contract, the new futures contract. Should be a pretty quick video for us. So let's just start with the ES. The ES, I believe we've got a band sitting above us. No, we don't. We've got actually a tradable level. That's right. So our first tradable level on the ES is going to be sitting above where price action is currently at, and that's going to be at the 76.59. And again, that is the 76.59. All right, let's take a look at our next tradable level here, which is going to be sitting at the 74.94. Another tradable level here. So again, on these tradable levels, these are all scalping levels that you can take some nice scalps off of the ES. Again, depending on where this Sunday open happens, obviously if we open up down here, we're not going to be taking a long from there. But if we do get, let's say we get a gap to the downside and we come back into this level, that's where we want to see the reaction back to the upside. Same thing for the level that I gave you guys above here. As price action comes up to here, we're looking to fade that move back down to the downside. This is where the unbalanced volume is sitting at. All right, so those are two tradable levels. And now let's get into a new weekly band, which is sitting here at the 73.85 to the 73.32. 73.85 to the 73.32. We also have a tradable level sitting in this weekly band at the 73.50. So definitely make sure you've got that marked out on your charts, 73.50. And then we've got another weekly band sitting down here at the 73.02 to the 72.60. 7302 to the 7260. I believe that should be it. That's all I got on the ES. There we go. Now let's jump to the NQ. All right, so the NQ has got a weekly band sitting above us right here at the 39.74 to the 39.110. Again, that's the 39.74 to the 39.10. We also have a tradable level sitting in this weekly band at the 39.27. You know how much I love these. These are great. Make sure you've got these marked out on your charts and ready to trade. Got another key level sitting below price action at the 34.22. At the 34.22. We've got another weekly band sitting down here for the NQ at the 31.62 to the 30.092. Again, that's the 31.62 to the 30.092. Just below there, we've got another tradable level at the 30.041. These are all scalpable levels. And then we've got another weekly band at the 29.707 to the 29.640. Again, that's the 29.707 to the 29.64. For those that have been kind of mapping out trading, watching my tradable levels every Sunday, you guys know that in these bands, these weekly bands, there is a shit ton of volume that is unbalanced and sitting in these areas. It is extremely, extremely difficult for price action to get through. In fact, there's typically only 3 ways that price action will break through the band. And one is going to be high impact scheduled news. So PMI, non-farm payrolls. Second would be a high impact headline that might just come out. You know, those typically are very inefficient. Volume typically leaves during those high volatility times. So these weekly bands have a very hard time in that type of scenario. And then the third and final way to get through these bands is obviously multiple retaps into the band will obviously fail and look for, and price will then try to do price discovery in another band. So those are your bands for the ES and the NQ. Now let's jump over to gold. Gold, we've got a weekly band sitting above price action. It's currently at the 42.96.5 to the 42.58.6. Yes, I am now giving you guys some gold weekly bands as well. Same thing. It's going to be very, very difficult for price. Oh, I think I got one more above here. I do. Got another band sitting above price action at the 44.05.3 to the 43.71.4. And then one band below us in gold. This is all seller. I'm sorry, not seller. This is all buying unbalanced volume. Again, weekly band at the 41.30 to the 40.91.7. So those are your bands now for the ES, the NQ, and in gold, all 3. Again, if you want to receive my report, it comes out every single Sunday. There's over 2,600 traders that are on that report. That it's an email with all my bands, all my tradable levels. And I think that you guys will be quite surprised once you guys map these out on your chart and you see how well price action responds to these bands. And lastly, again, just want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. Looking forward to trading with you guys on Monday morning. So I start at 7 a.m. Central Time, so about an hour and a half before the market opens. And we typically go for about till 10:30 in the morning. And I have extended live trading room in my signal group. Not only do I provide signals on the NQ and the ES with clear entries, stop loss, take profit 1 and take profit 2. Those signals will show up in your app that I have dedicated. I have a web portal that we actually go in to do our live trading room. All of the signals are posted in there. They also get emailed, and you get a text notification when any new signal is posted. And not only am I providing signals, but I am also providing scalping bands, the same bands that I give you guys in Discord, just extremely more granular, a lot more sniper entry. And those are typically just a entry, a stop loss, and a take profit. So very simple, great way to trade the markets. If you're interested in joining my signal group, it's $59 a month, and there is a link in the description below. If you want to learn how I create my bands and how I find my tradable levels, how I scalp every single morning using my AVT scalping strategy, that is all a part of my volume masterclass. You don't have to purchase it. You can join my live streams every morning. They're free, and I teach a lot of the stuff that I go over. But if you want a very concise, detailed, module-based learning system, the volume masterclass is the way to go. With that being said, again, happy Father's Day and enjoy the weekend. Take care, everyone.